So let's talk about let's talk about how do you approach dogs first. Okay? How should you approach dogs? Scenario is you've seen a dog coming from the opposite side of the street towards you, okay? And you wish to talk, to the dog. You wish to interact with the dog. You wish to play with the dog. Yeah? So what should you do? Okay, first thing, obviously, like first and foremost, always ask the owner first. Ask the owner, is it okay to pet their dog? Is it okay to talk to their dog? Is it okay? Are their dog okay? Like, do they like people? Yeah. You have to judge the dog whether it's welcoming you, like wanting to interact with you, or like it's not bothered at all. Okay. So look at their eyes. Look at how they look at you. So if they're interested, they will be looking at you, wagging their tail, maybe, body movements, yeah. So they'll be looking at you, they will be wagging their tail. Some dogs that doesn't have much manners might be like jumping and like rushing forward to you, to see you already. That usually means that they are pretty playful, they're okay with people, and they want to see you. They want to be friends with you. Okay? They want to. That's the first step, to see whether the dog is welcoming first, okay? Obviously, some will bark, but it's a more advanced topic as to how do you judge whether it's a friendly bark or whether it's a threatening bark. But first up is the body language first. Different dogs have different body language though. For example, if you see like a toy poodle, they're pretty welcoming to people. If they like people, what they usually do would be like standing up on their back legs and then kind of say like and then like coming forward to see you. Compared to when you have a German Shepherd, for example, or like Rottweiler, for example, they're more likely not that passionate dogs. They don't usually jump to people. Yeah, the sign of them welcoming you would be kind of say giving you interest, sniffing you, standing around you, kind of say maybe use their head to headbutt your hand, headbutt you a little bit. Those are signs of welcoming. Yeah. If they have zero boundaries, they have zero physical what's it called? Social distance. If the dogs have like zero social distance, they just come up into your private space and kind of be friends with you, fair enough. You can just talk to them, you can just play with them, match their energy. Oh yeah, that's the right word. Match their energy. If they are a high energy dog, then just like, yeah, you can obviously go with them with high energy. If you have a nervous dog, a lot of the bigger dogs are more nervous. What you do is you want to introduce yourself first. Okay? As a vet, what I find usually is like, yeah, this meme. What I find usually is that this posture actually works very well with the more nervous dogs. When they are like very distracted, when they are a little bit more wary about your existence, this posture is actually quite good. Quite useful. They're gonna be less threatened by you. They're gonna be like, oh, she's the same size as me. Yeah. So yeah, dogs they are like supposedly like they are animals, right? normal animals, most of the animals would be a kind of say quite nervous. They would be quite nervous when there are things that's taller and bigger than them. So they generally would be they're very wary, very anxious about people. People that they're not used to, people that they don't know. So yeah. So if you kind of lower yourself, if you kind of crouch a little bit and be at the same level as them, they will be less scared of you, and they're gonna be less like I mean more likely to be interacting with you. So usually, as the vet, what I'll do in the consult room when a dog that comes in is kind of like usually big dogs, like small dogs, they don't usually care, just pop them on a table. But like if you have a nervous big dog, what I'll let the owners do is to close all the doors first, let the dog go like off leash, let him walk around the room a little bit, sniff a little bit, get to know this space a little bit, while I'm talking to the owner about what's wrong with him, what they're in for today, like ask some questions first. Once the dog is like walked a circle, sniffed some places already, I will kind of like call its name. It's like, oh buddy, do you want to come? Do you want to come and talk to me? Like talk to the dog, like tell the dog, do you want to come and talk to me? And like crouch down, like this picture here, like how to talk to short people. Like I crouch down a little bit, and kind of let them come to me. That's another important thing, is that let the dog come to you. If you where's the word? If you kind of always go and approach a dog, a lot of the dogs will be okay. Like a lot of the friendly dogs will be okay, but you can scare most of the nervous, anxious little dogs as well. So let the dog come to you rather than you approaching suddenly to them. Okay? Like dogs are really easy to bribe, but you need to know what's their money. Like what do they like? Like if you have a golden retriever, they like food. Labradors, they like food. You can bribe them with a little bit of snack. Obviously, you need to ask the owner if it's okay to give a little bit of snack to them. But yeah, or ask the owner whether they have brought a little bit of snack for you to try and bribe their dog. But yeah, bribing works, yeah. Or some dogs, some dog that loves toys, you can kind of say offer to play with them, like hold it so that like squeaky toys, so to get their attention. But yeah, it works on some dogs. It did say, do dog species affect its characters? Absolutely, man, absolutely. Like Chihuahuas, for example. I always take this for example. Chihuahuas, there's two extreme, no in between. They're either absolute devil or they're absolute angels, okay? So either you can never touch them, they just growl and bite you right away. Ankle biters, those little fucking ankle biters. Ranging to, it's not ranging, it's like or an absolute angel that just like to stick to you, would lay flat in your arms, so sweet, you can do anything to them. It's like for Chihuahuas there's like two extremes. Or kind of say German Shepherds, they are generally very anxious dogs. They do have a lot of OCD problems. Yeah, they have anxiety problems. A lot of them have phobias, kind of say like storm phobias or like loud noise phobias. Yeah, German Shepherds are generally a very anxious breed of dog. Same with Maremma. Maremma is a sheepdog. It's a white sheepdog. They are more of an anxious dog and very distant dog as well. Like for example, like I said, German Shepherds are anxious dogs. But they are very loyal to their owner, to the human that they recognize, but very anxious to strangers. But for Maramas, they just naturally have that distance there. It always feels like that you have a barrier in between you and the dog. It looks like they just don't want to communicate. They're like very cool. They do listen to you and they do a little bit of things, but they're like very cool. They also are a little bit anxious with new things. They're slow with new things, but yeah, they just have that distance. They just have that feel of distance with Maramas. Otherwise, what else is there? Yeah, Border Collies have a lot of huge energy. They want things to be according to their way. They want things to go their way. They're pretty control. Like, they want to be in control of everything. They're control freaks. Yeah. Border Collies are a little bit control freaks. They have OCD. Like, if you mess up their bed, they're gonna be so sad and they're gonna not sleep and they don't know what to do. Oh yeah. Golden Retrievers, Labradors, you don't have to be scared of them. They are just purely 100% friendly, too much energy, just wants everyone to love them, just want to love everyone kind of dogs. What? Chow Chows? Chow Chows? Yeah, Chow Chows are pretty distant to people as well. They are a little bit grumpy. Chow Chows and Shar-Peis are like grumpy little dogs. You can't get in their way. And you can't make them do things you don't want. They're like stubborn dogs. They're very stubborn dogs. Yeah. Even owners wouldn't be always successful in making them do things that, yeah. Yeah. Then this is about approaching. Like, how do you approach the dog? Okay. Like I said, match their energy. Alright. Then the second step is if they are on like off leash, you have dogs that you want to play with. You want to play with the dog and like have some good time with them. I'm gonna show you a video. It's a BBC video, but I find that it's very interesting and it can kind of apply to how you wish to play with dogs, okay?
Dogs have evolved a set of signals to basically reduce the likelihood almost to zero.
Can you guys hear it?
That play fighting will escalate into real aggression.
By watching dogs play in slow motion, Mark has deciphered the code of their body language. This crouched posture, with head to the ground and hind end in the air, is known as the play bow.
Play bows are a very specific signal that's used to say, I want to play with you, I don't want to fight with you or mate with you or eat you or dominate you. And it doesn't look like much, but it's actually a very specific signal that's used during play.
Look at his face.
When two dogs play, they become so in tune with each other, they often synchronize their play bows.
Oh, so cute!
The delay can be as little as 3/100ths of a second.
That's just sniff.
This way of communicating
That's
they
just
want to
sniff,
play
sniff.
is something that all dog owners can see in their pets. But it's also used by nearly all members of the canine family, including wolves, African wild dogs,
Oh,
and coyotes.
coyote.
But when telling their playmates they mean them no harm,
Hey, nice.
it's important these predators don't break the rules of the game. Mark believes the play bow is underpinned by a set of rules that almost all canines adhere to.
So there are 4 basic rules of play that dogs generally understand. The first one being ask first.
Ask first, okay? Ask
Barking
first.
first gains the attention of a potential play partner.
Learn from this.
And
Learn
only
the
when
tips.
they're looking does the play bow take place.
Bark first.
With the formalities out of the way, play can commence.
Rule number 2, mind your manners. Don't bite too hard. Don't slam into another dog too hard.
Heckle.
Dogs use a method known as self-handicapping, showing self-restraint to ensure they don't inflict injuries.
Be gentle, guys.
But
Be
as the
gentle.
rough and tumble starts to heat up, Zeppelin's partner takes things too far. And play comes to a grinding halt.
It was painful.
Rule number 3, admit when you're wrong. If you bite too hard, back off, do a play bow, and hope that the other dog says, okay, I trust you, let's play. Ah, she's doing a play bow.
And once acknowledged, play
Yeah,
can
bite
resume.
your dog.
The final rule is perhaps the most important.
Rule number 4, be honest. Don't ask another dog to play and then violate the rules.
Be honest.
It's important
Be an
to play
honest dog.
fairly, because if an individual is labeled to be a cheater in play, they could be ostracized from play groups.
There you go. Yeah. Did you guys learn much? Did you guys learn a lot from this? Yeah, specific to dogs, you can actually do the play bow as well when you wish to play with the dog. Like, you can call their name first. Obviously, I'm not telling you to, I'm not telling you to crouch and then have your hip in the air. You don't have to do that. But basically, what I find would be, if you crouch suddenly, if you kind of do that action of like, and then look at them and open your arms a little bit, and it's like, ha! And then they will look at you, and then if they want to play, they will start running as well, and then you can start play with them. So like, and then sometimes they will run towards you, and you can rough them up. Like, if they are trying to play with you, the bite is not going to be very hard. It's just going to be like a little nibble, like a very a very gentle little nibble, and like make a little bit of noise, and then you can ruffle them, touch the head, ruffle the chest. Some of the dogs like the belly to be rubbed, or like flip them around. But yeah. So you do just do that, and they're gonna play with you. And the next thing in particular to dogs. Okay, we'll talk about dogs first. Okay, another thing this video has mentioned is how they do when they break the rules. Yeah, so Yes said that sometimes when they play, they just forgot, they just are too into the play, and they get a little bit too hard and hurt you. Okay, but they, in their eyes, they think that it's a play. So if you how do you say that in English? You tolerated that painful bite. He will think that it's accepted in the play. It's very important in puppies to teach them what's allowed in play and what's not allowed in play. So puppies generally would like to play bite as well, like a little nip on your hand, on your feet or something. He's trying to play with you, right? If he hurts you, if he bites too hard, stop him from playing. You can just make a very huge noise or something that's like, hey, or like stop, those kind of things. So like you try and stop him, step back, look at him, and don't play with him anymore. Then he will kind of know that, oh, that's no action. That action is prohibited from play. So in that case, if they're a fast learner, then they will say like, yeah, I shouldn't bite that hard. Next time I'll be a little bit more gentle. Yeah. Teach them how hard they are allowed to bite. You have to teach them from a very, very young age. Okay. Some people don't like the dog biting hands and biting feet, bite as well. So in that case, you can also use this technique to teach them what's allowed as well. So once they start nibbling on your hand, you stop the play. Then sooner enough, they will realize that nibble is not allowed, and they can only just like rough around, jump around, tackle you a little bit, but not allowed to use their teeth. Okay, so that's some training tips there. Yeah, so you just have to stop the play and let them calm down and then start again. Okay, that's the other tip, like talking about like talking shits of your dog. Like voice wise, the intonation and the energy is a lot more important than the content, because they won't understand much of the content, right? Most of them know, unless you like specifically trained them for it. But yeah, they don't usually. I mean, the intonation usually it's more important than the content. You can say like, "Hey, little bitch, you fucking fat bitch! I hate you. I absolutely hate you. I want to kick you out of this house. Oh, look at your ugly little butt face. Yes!" They're still going to play with you, man. Yeah, they're absolutely still going to play with you. You know? Oh my god. Or you can go the other way around. It's the other way around. The other way around, like, hey, I love you. How can I say? I can't compliment them. Fuck, I can just scold them. Hey, I love you. You're the cutest thing ever. What the fuck are you doing now? You're fucking cute. I'm gonna give you all the treats in the world, and I'm going to bring you to the mountains and run for days. Huh? They're still gonna be so scared and so like look guilty at you, like look at you like they did something wrong because of your intonation and energy and stuff. Like even though you're saying like, let's go out and walk, huh? They're still gonna be pissed. They're still gonna be so scared. Yeah, energy. It's like the content is like very loving, but yeah, the message of all this all this drama talk is that the intonation, the energy matters more than the content when you're talking to your pets. Okay, when you're talking to actually cat as well, cats work the same. When you're talking to your cat or when you're talking to your dogs, it just works the same. Okay. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the stuff that I want to tell you guys for today, like how to behave around dogs. I would say part 1, how to approach your dog. How to approach dog. That's more appropriate. Yeah, how to approach a dog. If it's someone else's dog, if it's a stranger dog, like I say, match their energy. Again, match their energy. If they're friendly, very forward, they are very happy, high energy, just want to be in your face, kissing you, rubbing on you, then you can, yeah, you can ruffle them a little bit as well. But the downside of this matching the energy is that you are rewarding the dog for this behavior. So it might be an overexcited dog from now on that doesn't know how to stop invading people's boundaries. you know. Best not to do it with big dogs, because they can tackle you and they can hurt people when they like tackle you too hard onto the ground and then start licking your face and stuff. Like, yeah. Try and control your energies with big dogs because you are in turn teaching them bad stuff. If a dog is stressed out, what is the best way to handle them? If it's not your dog and you have to take it to the vet. Leave them for a little while first. Let them get used to you first. So let them chill in one area first. And then kind of say maybe like a little time later they look like they're chilled. Then get in the room with them in a distance. Okay? You get in close, like not too close, but like around the area. Be with them and let them get comfortable with you for them to come approach you themselves rather than you go approach them if it's not your dog and they're stressed out. Of course you can baby talk them as well. Some of the dogs, when they, even if they're stressed, they're not very happy, but if you start talking to them in like a higher voice and like baby talk them, like like also squat down. So don't just walk up like high and tall. They're gonna feel threatened as well. So if you kind of shrink yourself a little bit, squat down to be at their same level, kind of say, talk to them, get their attention. You can, if it's safe, obviously if it's aggressive growling, obviously don't do this, but like if they're safe, they're just stressed, they're not aggressive, you can bring your hand out, not from the top. Never, oh, that's another thing. I missed this. That's another thing. If it's not a dog that you're used to, never have your hand over the head. So don't just go straight, go and pat their head. You wouldn't, it feels more, it feels threatening. Like if it's you're a stranger and you have a hand over the head trying to pat them on the head, it really feels very threatening. So it's better to hold your hand out from the bottom, like from chest level of the dog, hand it to them, let them sniff you. So you don't touch them yet, hand it in front of them, and they're gonna start like, oh, there's something coming near me, and they're gonna like yeah, and then they're gonna sniff you. Oh, that's too intensive sniff, but yeah, some dogs do that, like intense sniff. Yeah. Let them sniff you first. Once they're used to your smell, once they're used to it, then you can touch the side of their cheeks. So like go from the bottom chin, you can touch the side of the cheek a little bit, kind of like scratch them under rather than going from the top. I don't usually pat the top of the head unless the dog is like 100% friendly and they're like just wants everyone to love them, like a golden retriever or something, just wants everyone to love them, then you can pat their head. But then if it's like a little wary dog, they're a little bit anxious around strangers, then yeah, always go from the bottom. Never from the top, always under. Yeah, you appear less threatening to them. This, to some extent, this is good. Like the head part, the part that says who's a good boy, the head part, it really depends on your dog. Like I said, it also depends on the side of the, like which part of the head as well. Top, not so much. Not all the dogs will be accepting it, but on the bottom area of like the chin and cheek area, that should be fine. The chest, the little chest there, safe bet, that's fine. Absolutely. You can touch the chest in front of the dog. Because they can see where your hand is, and they will feel safe. If they don't like it, they will start bite you. Your hand is right in front of there already. So they do trust a little bit more on that area. On the feet, yeah, most of the dog wouldn't let you touch their feet. It's a privilege if your dog let you touch their feet, okay? Unless you're a vet or you're working in like in the vet industry, there's no choice. The only thing you can do is wrestle that fucking bitch and cut their nails. Yeah. The top, like the back area, again, depend on the dog. It's okay most of the time. It's quite safe, like behind the neck, around that area. It's usually quite safe, yeah. And the butt area, don't usually. I find that boys, like male dogs, are less like, yeah, less what's this called? Less accepting to their butt being touched. If you have a female dog, if it's a girl dog, most of them like it though. Most of them are okay with it, with touching the little butt top. Belly, yeah, nah, unless you're their owner, unless you're very used to them, don't touch their belly. Never try and touch the dog's tail unless you're a vet again and you need to check their tail, okay? Don't touch the tail for no reason. But we're at the end of the stream now. I think I pretty much told you guys most of the stuff that I can tell you for today. Alright. Thank you so much everyone for coming. Bye-bye guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See ya.